of trending stories. If you're a new subscriber or you're watching for the first time, this is Eko Hot Blog weekly review of trending stories, where we bring to you the juiciest and trending stories of the week.
Hello and welcome to Eko Hot Blog weekly review on trending stories. If this is your first time of joining the show, this is where we bring you juicy, trending and interesting stories of politics, lifestyle and entertainment that made their ways on the net. I am Lady Ajayi and I'll be your host for today. Thursday headlines. Tinubu declares April 7 National Police Day. Over 1,000 kidnapped victims freed by Tinubu's administration without noise, says Ribadu. Lagos resumed demolition of buildings on drainage, netizens kick. Lagos Assembly member Adewale Adedeji presents 1,500 free UTME forms to students. Sura Anima Shaun donates 18-seater bus to Ekpe local government employees. Sura Anima Shaun, Oloja of Ekpe, Tourism Minister Lola Adejon spotlights Ekpe's cultural legacy on World Heritage Day. Oloja of Ekpe reveals the historical and cultural significance of Kilajolu Festival. Dozens of potential jurors have been ruled out of Donald Trump's unprecedented criminal trial in New York on impartiality grounds. United States refuses to join Israeli retaliatory action against Iran, says President Biden. Tinubu backs record-chasing chess star Onokoya. Governor compensates family of Nollywood's Abigail Frederick after tragic accident with actor Junior Pope. Now the news in details. Nuhu Ribadu, the National Security Advisor, says over 1,000 victims have been freed from kidnappers' den since the inception of President Bola Tinubu's administration without noise. Ribadu says this in Abuja on Tuesday while receiving about 22 students and staff of Federal University Gusau, Zamfara, who recently regained freedom after spending 207 days in captivity. The National Security Advisor commended security agencies for their collaborative efforts in rescuing the victims from violent groups across the country. He, however, warned the armed groups to shun violence, saying that the government is strengthening security agencies to ensure that the country is safe. In another development, President Bola Tinubu has declared April 7 as National Police Day. The president, represented by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, made this known on Monday night during the maiden edition of the Nigeria Police Awards and Commendation Ceremony held in the Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. He identified a complete overhaul of institutional mentality and memory of police officers as fundamental to his administration. He said that his administration had initiated wide-ranging reforms to revitalize the nation's force since assuming the office in 2023. He therefore stressed the need to engage men and women of the force in training and capacity building to equip them with the expertise required to carry out the tasks of modern policing. He also discussed that the federal government had approved the first week of April as Police Week and the last day of the week as National Police Day. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in our tradition of honoring the police force in the life of this great nation, we have approved the adoption of the first week of April as Police Week. Furthermore, the last day of the week, April 7, is hereby declared National Police Day in Nigeria, he says. Now in Lagos stories. Officials of the Lagos State Ministry of Environment and Water Resources on Monday commenced the demolition of buildings erected on drainages in the Ojota and Ogudu areas of the state. The ministry's Director of Public Affairs, Kunle Adeshina, in a statement on Monday, says that the demolition came after the expiration of notice given to the property owners to remove the contravening structures. In October and November 2023, several buildings were demolished in Lekki, Ikota, International Trade Fair, Agungi, and some parts of the state. The state government had attributed the demolitions to the illegal setting of the buildings. Adeshina added that the ministry had a stakeholder meeting with the property owners on several occasions where none of the property owners could provide valid titles for the properties sited on the drainage channel. Moving on. Adewale Adedeji, a member representing Ifako-Ijaye Constituency 1 at the Lagos State House of Assembly, has presented 1,000 500 free United Tertiary Matriculation Examination forms to indigent students within the constituency. The move is part of his drive to ensure Ifakojaye becomes the most educated local government in Nigeria by 2037. Presenting the forms to the students at the Fagba Junior Grammar School complex, Honorable Adedeji, who doubles as the House Committee Chairman on Transportation, says he remains committed to seeing youth of this constituency get educated. The goal of this is to make sure our children are educated. An educated mind is a liberated mind, he says. Adedeji also promised scholarship for top 50 students who gained admission into tertiary institutions from the beneficiaries of the free UTME forms. He added that 2 outstanding students who excel in their various disciplines after gaining admission will be taken on a trip to the United Arab Emirates. Now in Ekpe stories. The chairman of Ekpe local government area, Princess Sura Animashaun, has donated an 18-seater capacity bus to the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, Ekpe branch in Lagos. The development was disclosed in a statement issued by the chairman's media and publicity team. Animashaun's media team says our donation of the bus was in fulfillment of our promise to the union. The Ekpe local government chairman noted that the bus would help to enhance the discharge of duties by the union. The statement noted that the donation is a continuation of the robust working relationship between the local government leadership, union leaders, and employees in Ekpe local government office. Animashaun's office also called on the Ekpe local government workers to reciprocate the kind and noble gesture by remaining committed, loyal, and diligent at their different places of work. Moving on. The ancient town of Ekpe was the center of attention this World Heritage Day as local authorities rolled out the red carpet to showcase the region's rich cultural and historical treasures. The celebrations were graced by the presence of the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mrs. Lola Adejon, who pledged support to transform Ekpe into a premier tourism destination. The festivities kicked off with a 3-day training program organized by the Ministry of Tourism in partnership with the National Institute of Hospitality and Tourism for Ekpe tour operators and guides. Led by industry experts, participants received invaluable skills in tourism management, destination marketing, and quality service delivery. The training culminated in a site visit where participants explored Ekpe's iconic landmarks including the Ojo Alaro Shrine, Oluwo Fish Market, amongst many others, providing them with first-hand experience of the town's rich cultural tapestry. The highlight of the celebrations was the visit of the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mrs. Lola Adejon. Our first stop was the palace of Oba Kamorudin Ishola Animashaun, the Oloja of Ekpe land. The Oba proudly shared the community's remarkable history, particularly its pivotal role in abolishing the slave trade in Ekpe land. The Oloja of Ekpe land, Oba Kamorudin Ishola Animashaun, has revealed the origins and profound significance of the Kilajolu festival. He made the revelation in an enlightening interview with Eko Hot Blog. Speaking passionately about the festival's historical roots, the Oloja emphasized its pivotal role in combating the scourge of slavery and preserving Ekpe's cultural heritage. Kilajolu was born out of Ebi Festival, stated Oba Animashaun, highlighting the festival's genesis. He explained that its primary importance lies in its instrumental role in ending the slave trade in Ekpe land. The Oloja recounted a poignant chapter in Ekpe's history detailing how the community's ancestors valiantly opposed the transportation of people as slaves to Badagry via waterways. Explaining the symbolic exchange of canes during the festival, the Oloja elucidated, the king has to give orders before people embark on a journey. He clarified that the presentation of Kilajolu cane seeks permission for safe travel, while the exchange of another cane signifies the bestowal of authority and blessings from the king. Furthermore, the ritualistic beating of participants during the festival serves as a reminder of the ancestral struggle against enslavement. Now on foreign scene, Donald Trump denies falsifying business records to conceal a huge money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels just ahead of the 2016 election, which he won. 60 of 96 potential jurors were quick to say they would not be impartial after proceedings began on Monday. Jury selection continues on Tuesday and could take up to 2 weeks. The dismissal on day 1 were an indication of how challenging it could be to find a group of 12 impartial jurors for such a unique case. It concerns a high-profile sex scandal that involved the former president who is running once again for the White House. "I just couldn't do it," one prospective juror was heard saying as she left the court. The district attorney's office alleges that Mr. Trump directed his former attorney, Michael Cohen, to pay Ms. Daniels $130,000 in exchange for her silence about an alleged sexual encounter that the former president denies took place. Prosecutors says he did so to unlawfully influence the 2016 election. Mr. Trump has pleaded not guilty. Jury selection began in the afternoon. The judge started by dismissing jurors who raised their hands to say they could not be impartial. Leaving about 34 people, those left were then grilled on 42 questions in the jury questionnaire, including on their news reading habits, whether they had attended any Trump rallies or read any of the former president's books. 18 were placed at random in the jury box and they answered the questionnaire one by one. Neither was dismissed immediately. In sports, President Bola Tinubu and other prominent citizens have backed chess grandmaster Tunde Onakoya in his attempt to break the Guinness World Record for the longest unbeaten chess marathon. Onakoya's 58-hour quest to break the Guinness World Record for the longest unbeaten chess marathon began Wednesday, April 17th at 10 a.m. in Times Square, New York, and is scheduled to conclude at 8 p.m. on Friday, U.S. time. Current Guinness World Record for the longest chess marathon stands at 56 hours, 9 minutes, and 37 seconds and was set by Howard and Falkenstein of Norway on November 11, 2018. As at the time of filing this report, the chess maverick had gone over 30 hours, winning a whole handful of games played. Now in entertainment. Cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, who was sentenced to a 6-month jail term for abusing the naira, has been transferred from the Eko Correctional Center to the Kirikiri prison by the Nigerian Correctional Service. This is contrary to reports that Bobrisky is still being held at the Eko Correctional Center. A very reliable source, who is an official of the Nigerian Correctional Service, revealed that the popular crossdresser is presently held at the Kirikiri prison and was discreetly transferred since last weekend to Kirikiri, he stated. He added that due to security reasons, Okuneye was quietly moved to the facility where he will serve his term. To be recalled that Justice Abimbola Awogboro of the Federal High Court of Lagos sentenced the crossdresser to 6 months imprisonment. Still on entertainment, Governor Eno extended condolences to Abigail's family in Eko Udoma, Eket local government area of the state. In a statement shared on Instagram on Saturday, the governor's chief press secretary, Ekerete Udo, revealed Eno's concern for the grieving family. Among the compensation offered by the governor to Abigail's family are automatic employment for the elder sister, directing the renovation of the family house to modern standards, promising assistance to the undergraduate sisters currently studying at the University of Uyo. The statement read, leaving to his being as the epitome of compassion, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno, on arrival from an official engagement in Abuja this afternoon, drove straight to the family compound of the late Nollywood makeup artist Abigail Edith Frederick in Eko Udoma, Eket local government area, where he consoled the bereaved. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Eko Hot Blog weekly review on trending stories. Join us on another episode for an interesting, juicy, and entertaining episode. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Lydia Ajayi.